Hello, beautiful people. I am truly feeling fall. You can tell in my background, my whole house is decorated, and now I need to decorate my mind with all of the creepy books that I want to devour this fall. I'm kind of over the dark academia stuff. That was for like end of August, early September, and now I just want to dive into all of the gruesome, creepy, have you on the edge of your seat books. The first book is one that I have on my Kobo called Strange Pictures. This is translated from the Japanese. In this book, there are 9 drawings. They're sketches that have been created by various people. Each of those drawings holds a clue to an overarching mystery that connects all of the drawings together. I think this sounds a little bit like Hidden Pictures, which I didn't love, and I'm hoping that this one is going to do it better. Next is a book that's been on my TBR for a little while now, and that is You'd Look Better as a Ghost. This follows a woman who kills people. Claire is a murderer, and she murders people who annoy her. Now, her most recent victim is another person who has annoyed her, but this time it's different because she has a sense that she is being watched. How do you get away with murder when you're being watched? How do you get away with murder anyway? But in any case, it sounds like a lot of fun. It sounds humorous. Next is Night Watcher. This is also another book I'm going to read on my Kobo. This follows a late night radio host, and she went through an ordeal in her younger years, a real ordeal that has led her to an infatuation with, I believe, true crime, and she tells people stories. People do not know about her history. She has kept that really close to her chest, but one night, one of the callers is telling her a story that seems so reminiscent to what she went through when she was younger, that she feels that whoever had hurt her in her past is back. Bat Eater is next. This is meant to be gruesome, but absolutely wonderful. This follows a woman who is part of a crime scene cleaning company. She goes in and does all of the dirty work, all of the hard work that is absolutely necessary and critical after a terrible death. Now, Cora has seen some awful things in her life, but nothing compares to witnessing her sister being murdered. She is pushed in front of a train, and when the murderer is running away, he shouts out, "Bat Eater." Soon after that occurrence, she starts finding dead bats, and also a lot of Asian women are being murdered. And she is starting to piece things together. And it sounds like this delves into Asian hate crimes. I think it's so wonderful when horror authors do this and they touch on real world issues in just a really interesting way in horror books. I really respect that. So really excited to read this one. Next is a bit of a sci-fi thriller. This is Pines. It's the first in a trilogy. It's by Blake Crouch. And this follows a man who has one mission, which is to go into this relatively small town and find 2 FBI agents who had gone missing. Now, he enters the town and pretty much immediately he gets into an accident that lands him in the hospital. He has no ID, no ability to really contact the outside world. It goes from like a rescue mission to maybe someone needs to rescue me, because he's not able to contact the outside world. He doesn't understand why this little town is unable to delve beyond itself. I've heard that once you start reading this series, you cannot stop. So I'm very much preparing myself to like maybe binge read all of the series if I like the first. Kill Your Darlings is next. Of course, I need my Peter Swanson in my life for fall. This follows a married couple who are anything but happily married. They hate each other to the point that Wendy is, I think, planning to kill her husband. They've been married for 25 years. And what has bound them together is something that you delve into and you uncover as you go through, because we meet them where they are now, 25 years into marriage. Wendy wants out in the worst way possible. And you go backwards in time to find out what secret is holding them together. He's going to do great at this. I know I'm going to love this. I went to see Weapons with some friends in August or early September. I cannot remember. I really liked it. And so I would like to read something that gives me Weapons vibes, which is Suffer the Children. In this book, you follow a series of children. Any child who dies is now coming back to life. I don't know why it gives me Weapons vibes. Maybe because it surrounds children disappearing. But instead of a witch at the heart of it, it seems like these children are all becoming vampires. Don't know much more about it than that. I actually think that I used to have a hard copy, printed copy on my shelves, and for some reason I unhauled it. In any case, it's fine. I have a Kobo version, so we're gonna be okay. Perfect for Halloween, Not Quite Dead Yet, takes place on Halloween. You absolutely need one of those at least in your life. Winnie, do you want to come up? Do you want to come up and say hi? Come on, Fandily Bandles. There you are, sweet Randalls. So Not Quite Dead Yet follows a woman who is quite young, seems to have her whole life ahead of her, except she's on her deathbed. We all know that she is about to die. She's moving from one world to another, and she is trying to solve her own murder. I don't know how in the world you solve your own murder and actually tell people around you what happened. I don't know, but I'm into it. And I think this is Holly Jackson's first foray into adult fiction. She mostly writes YA. Last but not least is Tell Me I'm Worthless. This follows a woman named Allison. She and some of her friends spent one night in a very well-known haunted house. This happened 3 years ago, and her life has not been the same since. She is pretty much traumatized. Her friend Isla, it sounds, might be going through a similar thing. She calls Alice and says, let's go back. We need to go back to this house because their friend Hannah, I believe, disappeared, and they need to go and find her somehow. The house has claimed Hannah as its own, and they need to get her back. Just sounds great. Those are all of the books that I'd really like to read this fall. Let me know in the comments below. Have you read any of these? Did you like any of them? Please, fingers crossed. I hope they're all amazing. And also, what is your number one, I must read this book this fall? I would love to know what that is, and I will chat with you guys very soon. Goodbye.